case of the final technique is going to be steaming. So I've got a pan here with boiling water, and I've got a bamboo steaming basket which can be purchased anywhere really, online or in cooking shops. You can also buy a pan that has a special metal piece that fits on top with a glass lid from most supermarkets again, or online or from cooking shops. But steaming is a process whereby you boil your water underneath and you allow the steam to come through the holes in the basket or the tray that you're using, and to cook the vegetable or meat or fish that you prefer in the steam, so that the ingredient never touches the water below. So in goes a stick of asparagus, and on goes the lid, obviously to stop that steam that you can see escaping. Now, if you it would take various minutes to cook various things. So on this occasion we're doing the asparagus, would take 2 to 3 minutes. If you were doing a fish, which is also a really good way to cook fish, because it's not touching hot oils or butter in a pan, which might be deemed to be unhealthy. Certainly it's not going into water or a liquid like milk or stock, whereby you might feel that the fish would lose flavour into the liquid. By this way, the fish or the vegetable is containing all its flavour by being steamed. So it is definitely deemed as a healthier way to cook food. We are going to give this just a couple of moments, and then, just as we have done before, we will need to blanch this if you were going to use it for later on. If you weren't, you could basically use this ingredient straight away to go onto your plate of food that you're eating. Now, one thing you must remember, steam is incredibly hot. If ever you are covering a bowl and you have something hot inside, you must be very, very, very careful, because steam burns are probably the worst because of the nature of the hot particles of water, boiling water, going all over your hands. So you must be really careful when steaming. It can be quite dangerous. So just be careful to take off your lid. Use a pair of tongs, because then your hands won't go anywhere near the steam. And you can see that the asparagus is starting to wilt, and it looks fantastic and green. We'll just give that another 30 seconds, and then we'll put it into the into the ice water for blanching, so that we can use that asparagus for later. I do enjoy cooking things steaming. We do a lot of our vegetables at the weekend steamed, because then we finish them off when we do our Sunday roast the next day, but we do them in butter. But by steaming them, we know that they're all cooked the same. So we have a timer. So when we put them into the steam, we steam them for 2 to 3 minutes. We know that because it's like a nature of the particles of water all around, there's no sort of hot points on the pan or anything like that would make the vegetable not be cooked properly. So we have a nice controlled way of cooking a vegetable. So I've just put that into the water now to cool down, because I would use that asparagus for later in my service. So again, we've shown a method of blanching, which is from hot into cold, but also a method of steaming, which is when the boiling water is below a basket or a proper design lid. Another way which you could steam is if you had a pressure cooker, because a pressure cooker also works within a steam environment. Pressure cookers are quite expensive, but if you don't have one of those, or you just want to create your own steaming, then this is all you need to do, and that is steaming and also blanching.